Since the beginning of time, humanity has attempted to comprehend what lies beyond the horizon, the sky, the stars, and the sun. Scholars are curious about the beginning and the end of the universe, its essence, and much more. They seek to discover other planets like ours, other intelligent life forms, and life beyond Earth. Some have considered that the universe is a living entity or something similar, a consciousness perhaps. The organicism theory can be traced back to Plato in his work Timaeus. His view of the world was that the universe is alive and intelligent, and the living organisms on earth are a microcosm of a greater macrocosm. In his paper, Alexei V. Melkik from the Department of Technical Physics, Ural Federal University, Yekaterinburg, Russia, also suggests that the universe functions as a superorganism. In this study, I aim to explore the hypothesis by studying one topic at a time that relates to human practices, culture, religion, mind, and body functions by comparing the cosmos with unicellular and multicellular living organisms. Homo sapiens, human beings, will be the complex and intelligent multicellular organism of choice to study and understand the topics related to consciousness and such, since it is the organism we seem to understand the most, whose consciousness we are aware of, as we are the same species. Over the years, academics churned out many theories by drawing data from various scientific and philosophical principles to explore the nature of the universe. Panpsychism is one such theory that suggests that consciousness or a mind-like aspect is present in everything to some extent and acts as a fundamental feature of the universe. James Lovelock proposed the Gaia hypothesis in 1972. The theory posits that the living organisms on Earth interact with the biotic and abiotic components in the environment to function as a synergistic, self-regulating system that maintains and sustains the conditions of life on Earth. Then there is the Holo movement, a social movement working towards humanity based on the theory of implicate order of undivided wholeness by David Bohm. The Holo movement is a concept that emphasizes the interconnectedness and continuous process of reality, with significant implications for our understanding of quantum mechanics, consciousness, and the nature of the universe. Each of these theories face some criticism when considered independently. However, bringing them all together makes me wonder, what if? Therefore, through this project, I hope to determine if new developments, ideas, and theories necessarily replace the old ones, or if they can coexist and work together to help us find answers to more complex questions. After impulsively creating a video that I titled An Understanding of What is the Universe and making an embarrassing mistake of somehow naming it, I found reassurance in knowing that others have arrived at similar conclusions. The paper by Melkik, titled The Universe as a Superorganism, deeply resonated with my line of thinking. The core objective of this study will be to gain a profound understanding of the human body and mind, as well as our customs, beliefs, and their intricate ties to the environment, the world, and the vast expanse of the universe. In other words, through this study, I look forward to finding some sensible answers and explanations to the unknown and not so sensible phenomena, beliefs, and questions. This experimental study will explore ancient and contemporary medical practices, mystical beliefs, existential queries, philosophies, theories, and religious and cultural systems, including those from Eastern and Western traditions, guided by the hypothesis that the universe functions as a superorganism based on the thought that every unit of an organism comes together in some form to make it alive. In other words, the study will involve a comparison of the cosmos to the living organism to understand and find out the function and purpose of every unit that makes up the said organism, beginning with understanding human beings and their connectedness with the planet and the cosmos in hopes of finding and filling the gaps in our existing knowledge. Parallelly, this study will evaluate the validity of the idea that the universe is a living entity or a superorganism. It has been around 2 to 3 years since the idea that the universe could be a living organism came to mind. The idea came after analyzing and scrutinizing my entire life, connecting it to human practices and behavior, and then further relating it to the universe to understand the purpose of our actions. I was trying to comprehend why we do what we do, including the basic things like our household chores and work. There was a moment of eureka, I thought, and I had some new understanding of the universe, which helped me find answers to some of my existential questions in some ways. Although the notion seemed far-fetched, I was pleased with the results as it helped me find some mental peace. However, I could not help but contemplate the potential reaction of others if I were to share my findings with them. I started my journey on YouTube as a motivational writer and speaker focusing on spirituality. However, it was challenging to articulate and present my ideas non-academically without looking scattered. There seemed to be a need for structure. The major problem was that I wanted to delve into the subtleties of life, the existential questions, religious and spiritual concepts, and other such phenomena and their interconnectedness to the cosmos. However, it was not possible to get to the depths as a motivational writer and speaker. Also, I realized that a mistake or a misunderstanding could lead to chaos and conflict. So, I abandoned my prior approach. Research and study as a practical option was something I never considered until I came across the video on The Evil Eye by Dr. Andrew Mark Henry. So, inspired by him, I created a video on the same topic to test the waters the academic way in order to understand my limitations and capabilities. Without a structured process, putting ideas and thoughts onto a platform without studying previous work or papers on the subject can lead to devastating results. The video I uploaded in January 2023 outlined my comprehension of the universe that I developed over the years. However, the realizations that followed humbled me. In that video, I intended to propose that all our current beliefs, knowledge, and understandings about science, mythology, religion, and spirituality could be correct. However, my impulse caused me to overlook how my words and tone might be perceived. So I made the video private. I then understood the importance of a structured process and the need for background research. After all, when a proven method is already in place that produces good results, then why not use it? My video titled An Understanding of What is the Universe that was once made private will now be made public. The link of the video will be mentioned in the description section. From an early age, I have always questioned the practices in my culture by rebelling against them, often to receive proper answers to all my whys and hows. Unfortunately, all the answers I received were superficial and vague. For instance, when someone asked me to clean my space, my question would be, why? The answers I received were usually related to aesthetics, such as it looks good or it will make you study and work better. When I probed further and questioned how, I was perceived to be a difficult child. I have always wanted to understand the reasons behind certain basic practices and chores. I come from a culture where we follow various rules, regulations, customs, and etiquettes. Some are based on superstitions and can be baseless, whereas others can have some meaningful basis to it. I did follow a few, but often did the opposite of what was asked of me until I fully understood the whys and the hows. Human behavior and customs have always intrigued me. I firmly believe in the importance of providing thoughtful explanations for all kinds of inquiries, whether seemingly trivial or deeply profound, to ensure that future generations understand the logical reasons and methods behind every human practice and the lack thereof. The study will use a deductive approach to evaluate the hypothesis that the universe is a living entity or a superorganism by investigating various queries using an amalgamation of methods like literary and textual analysis, observation, semi-structured interviews, and qualitative comparative analysis. Since jargon and bibliography bother me, I hope to overcome these shortcomings by gradually learning and updating myself on the job. YouTube is an excellent platform for bringing people together to collaborate and bring ideas to life. The platform is apt for data collection and presentation, keeping transparency in mind. As this is an independent project, through this platform, I wish to collaborate with like-minded individuals by welcoming any support and assistance as guidance and mentorship. Right now, it is not feasible to imagine a timeline due to the nature of the study. Depending on my current pace, I can only say that it is a long-term project that I wish to finish one fine day. The objective is to contribute to the paper Universe as a Superorganism by Alexei V. Melkic and see how it relates to religion, spirituality, mythology, magic, mental health, medicine, and more. Most importantly, the intention of this study is to find gaps and explore the common ground between modern and alternative medicine, Eastern and Western practices, ancient and current techniques, and other similar concepts based on the idea that every unit in a living organism is connected to the rest of the body and works in tandem through biocommunication to live and function. Concepts mentioned in papers like communication and the emergence of collective behavior in living organisms, a quantum approach, and are we really interconnected? Ecophilosophy and quantum theory from a postmodern perspective, published in Molecular Biology International and Journal of American Studies of Turkey, respectively. Ultimately, the study will also act as a way to bring the existing knowledge and quest onto one platform to look at it from a fresh set of lens. The world is undeniably divided and fractured at this point, torn apart by culture, religion, geography, politics, and more, split between the East and the West, the modern and the ancient, and those seeking answers versus those indifferent to questions. Some of us believe in the possibility of a peaceful tomorrow, a middle ground, or a bridge, while others doubt it. Is it possible? Is there a possible bridge out there somewhere? I wonder.